8 of the last 9 days have we had a winning day on the channel. Yesterday, we had another winning day again. Today, I've got more best bets for you. It's Tuesday, November 7th, 2023, and this is the Free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays for the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Like I mentioned yesterday, we had another winning day on the channel. You love to see it. We came so close to a sweep. We cashed on Austin Eckler's carries, no sweat bet there. We cashed on the Pacers Spurs over, definitely a no sweat bet there. The Pacers had like 90 points in the first half. Absolutely ridiculous. We did lose on the Seton Hall and St. Peter's under. I mean, both of those teams will have that game under. I mean, the whole game was trending under for about 35 of the 40 minutes. The last 5 minutes of the game, the defense has just let up, so you hate to see that there. They literally just went over the total with like less than a minute to go in that game. So 2-1 on the day. Hate to see it. I'm mad that the only college basketball player I dropped in the channel missed, but if you're inside of our group, link is in the bio, then you would have cashed in. We went crazy with the live college basketball calls inside the channel. So you guys got to make sure you click on that bio so this way guys can get all those plays, because trust me, there's a lot more information that gets added later on the day, so that way you guys can get those winners. But you can see our day-to-day record right here was still crushing it on the channel, still crushing it the month of November, 9-3 on the month of November. NFL record 18-11, NBA record, we're absolutely killing it, 17-8 there. 0-1 on college basketball, but trust me, by March, April, take a look at that record. I guarantee you it's going to be a whole lot different. So if you can, drop a big like on this video, and if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it, as we're going to be dropping winners every single day for you guys, and I can't wait for us to make some more money together. Now let's dive into our first best bet. For my first best bet of the day, we're going to go to the college basketball slate. We have a very light slate today in terms of basketball, in terms of sports in general. We don't have any NBA today. Obviously, there's no NFL. Then we only have MAC action in the NCAA football. I'm not a big fan of the MAC teams in college football on Tuesday. So we're just going to go over here to college basketball. Rick Pitino is back. That's right. He's back at a Power 5 conference. The legendary coach who last coached 3 seasons at Iona in the MAAC conference, he's back with the big boys. He's back with a Power 5 school. Not to mention that he's taken over a historical college basketball program like that St. John's team there. And I'm expecting this program to be not only the national headlines this year, but I'm expecting them to be on the right track in the next few seasons for sure. Maybe not this year, but in the next few years. So before y'all jump down my throat, right? Rick Pitino at St. John's is similar to Dion at Colorado. Now, why? Not only do you have a big name personality that can sell tickets by themselves. I mean, Pitino, he's obviously a legend in the basketball game, like Dion's a legend in the football game, but they also come to a new program and they completely cleaned house. You saw what Dion did there in Colorado in terms of bringing all the transfers. Well, that's what Rick Pitino did with St. John's. They're bringing a ton of transfers from the portal. The only player that's coming back from last season's team was their best player, Joel Soriano. They bring in 9 transfers from the portal. The only player that they got coming back from last year's team was their best player, their big man, Joel Soriano. So you love to see that. But the biggest question surrounding the St. John's team is going to come on the defensive side of the ball. Can they get stops? Can they play great defense? But offensively, they're going to be absolutely on fire. They're going to be able to light it up, especially as these transfers get acclimated to the system and they get into a rhythm and understand how to play with each other. For tonight, I'm going to go with the team total. I'm going to go with St. John's over 81.5 points. Now you can play this up to about 83.5. I got this about -115 on Caesars. Certain books have it at 82.5 right now. I do like that. Again, I'd play it up to 83.5 if this line gets bumped throughout the day. But I really like this matchup today because some St. John's, like I said, they've absolutely loaded up on offense since they hit the transfer portal. Some of the players that they have: Glenn Taylor Jr., he transferred from Oregon State. He played about 30 minutes a game last year. He averaged 12 points per game. So we love to see that Power 5 experience. Jordan Dingle, he comes from Penn, so that's an Ivy League team, but he averaged over 20 points per game in the last 2 seasons. So that's what I love to see. 20 points per game, you're not doing that unless you know how to get buckets. I don't care what level you're playing at. If you're on the D1 level, mid-major or Power 5, if you drop 20 points per game in consecutive seasons, you know how to score the ball. You've got Chris Ledlam, another transfer, averaged 19 points per game at Harvard last season, another all-Ivy League first-team player. So they bring in 2 all-Ivy first-team players into the team. They bring a Power 5 guy from Oregon State, not to mention a ton of other transfers they have from other schools. And then they also keep their leading scorer from last season, Joel Soriano. He led the team with 15 points per game. So they literally have 3 players on their team that led their team last year in scoring at over 15 points per game apiece. I love to see that. And now they take on a Stony Brook team that's not necessarily known for their defense. They finished last year in the CAA conference, so you hate to see that. I mean, hopefully this year's a little bit better for them. Ken Palm has them ranked right right now is a 248 in defensive efficiency. That's in the bottom 100 of the college rankings. And while we have a spread about 17, 18 and a half in this game, I really can't lay that spread because there's a lot of question marks defensively around the St. John's team, how they're going to be able to hold up, how they're going to be able to stop the ball, how they're going to be able to kind of let all these pieces blend together. But also Stony Brook has a 7-footer who can cause some problems inside for St. John's. He can match up with Soriano down there in the paint, and then it's a luxury that Stony Brook has, truthfully, as a mid-major school, to have a 7-footer, because when they take on a lot of these Power 5 conferences, the reason why they lose against these schools is because they don't have the size to handle the big men inside. I mean, even look at that Purdue game last night, right? When Sanford, they played hard, they were pressing them on defense, but they just couldn't stop Zach Edey. They just couldn't stop the size that Purdue had. So I think this is something today where Stony Brook might have the ability to contend with St. John's a little bit on the boards because they have their size. I just don't know if they're going to be able to score enough points or be able to keep up the amount of points that St. John's is going to be able to put up on the board. We know that Patino is an offensive-minded coach. He loves to push the ball. And when you look at some of his numbers at Iona over the last few years, since he took over that program, right, in his second and third seasons, they were 47th and 52nd in all of college basketball in points per game. In 2021, they were averaging over 75 points per game over the last 2 seasons. So you love to see that. So now we have a total now of 81-82, which is not a guaranteed hit because, like I said, we don't know how these players are meshing. We don't know how they're going to blend. But what I think and what I see for the St. John's team is Patino's going to throw out that ball out there. He's going to say, hey, you guys go and hoop. We'll deal with the other things defensively. We'll deal with the offensive sets a little bit later. And when you've got 3 guys who can average 15, 16, 20 points a game, that doesn't need a whole lot of play calls. I mean, if they're willing to share the ball. You don't need a whole lot of offensive sets. You've got guys who can create their own shots, can go get their own buckets. Any one of these guys can give you 30 points at any time. So this is one of those teams I'm going to be watching throughout the year to see how they do offensively, especially in that Big East Conference. But I think tonight we got a total about 81.5. I know it's a little bit high for college basketball, but when you looked at some of the blue blood programs last night that played, I mean, we had a lot of teams that went over their team total or just put up a lot of points in general. Kansas dropped 99, Duke dropped 92, Purdue dropped 98, Marquette dropped 92, Arizona dropped 122. That's crazy. Texas dropped 88. And that's just a few of the teams that played yesterday. There were a ton of other programs, a ton of other schools that put up a lot of points. Am I saying that St. John's is on the same caliber as Arizona or Kansas? No, I'm not saying that, but I am saying that we do have a Power 5 school, a Big East school with people who can score the ball that's playing against a mid-major school, a very bad mid-major school at that. So because of that, I think that we should be able to get points scored, and St. John's is at home. I know that arena is going to be rocking out there in Queens, so I like the team total today. Just isolate the St. John's to just get buckets, to get points. Let hoopers hoop, which I think they're going to be able to do. We've got pretty good odds on it, so let's go with St. John's over 81.5 or 82.5 points as our first best bet of the day. Now for my second best bet of the day, I'm going to go to hockey, right? Oh my goodness, right? What am I doing, right? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Here's honesty hour. There are 2 sports that I've committed to learning and adding to my handicapping tool belt, my repertoire over this past year. Those 2 sports were tennis and hockey. So here, I'm going to give you my caveat on this. I don't know a whole lot about hockey. Throughout this whole analysis, I'm not going to name drop one player. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot of things because I just don't know a whole bunch. But I watch it from afar. I kind of keep up with box scores, try to see who's winning, who's losing. And I've been noticing a trend over the beginning of the season, which I have to exploit. And today I see the opportunity to exploit that, okay? And here it is. I'm going to go with the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers on the puck line, -1.5, plus 130 odds. I got it at. Now, shop around in your books. I'm seeing at plus 120, plus 125. I'm seeing plus 140 some places. So shop around, see what you can get it at. But the fact that you're getting plus money on the puck line for the Flyers tonight, I absolutely love. Do you know why? Because we're fading the San Jose Sharks. Now, again, I don't know a single player on the San Jose Sharks team, but one thing that I do know is they're absolutely god-awful. They've given up over 20 goals in their last 2 games. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, okay? Hockey kind of reminds me of like baseball and soccer in terms of scoring. If you see 10 goals in a soccer game, you're going to scratch your head. If you see 10 runs from one team in a baseball game, you might like have to go to the box score and see somebody hit a grand slam or something, right? That's how I feel when I was looking at this box score in hockey, and I'm seeing 10 goals, and then you give up 10 goals again? That's absolutely crazy. The Sharks are 0-10-1 to start the season. They have not won a single game. They've lost 9 straight games on the puck line. So they have not covered the puck line or the -1.5 line in 9 straight games. So because of that, I'm just fading them here. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going with the numbers. I'm just going with the trend. You don't have to take it, or if you are going to take it, put less on it if it happened to you. And if you don't trust my hockey analysis, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to go with what the numbers are telling me. The Flyers are 5-6-1 on the year, and all 5 of their wins have been on the puck line. So they've won all 5 of their games by more than 2 goals or more. The Flyers are averaging 3 goals per game this season. The Sharks are averaging just 1. So there you go. Their averages are on the puck line. So this is a very simple system play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Sharks have got to show me something. Shit, they got to show their fans something. They got to just win a game. I mean, just win a game, right? So I'm solely going off of the numbers here. So give me the Flyers on the puck line. We're getting plus money value, so it shouldn't cost you too much money here. And I guarantee you, this is a late night start. The puck drops around 10:30 Eastern time on this one. So I guarantee you, by game time, this is going to be minus value. I promise you that. Because the last game the Sharks played, I think they were playing like the Penguins. I looked at the line at the morning of that game. It was plus money. By the time that game started, it was like -130 for the puck line. That's very high. Like, if you handicap baseball, that's a lot of juice to lay on a run line or on a puck line. So to me, I'm going to be tracking to see how this moves throughout the day, but I would not be surprised if we have money dumping in on the Flyers puck line today. And you can even play around with teasing it up, taking some alt lines as well, because when you give up 10 goals, listen, or when you've lost 9 in a row on the puck line, you can start playing around with 2.5s, 3.5s, 4.5s, and start getting some real plus money juice on that. The Flyers team totals at 3.5. You may want to sprinkle some of that. That looks pretty good. I don't like it just as much because the Flyers have not, like I said, they're averaging about 3 goals per game. So we're kind of banking on the fact that the Sharks are going to give up a ton of goals. But we can win this one 3-0 and win and be fine. We can win this one 2-0 and be fine. I'm going with the Flyers on the puck line. Trust the data, trust the numbers. No need to fight it, no need to go against it. If you don't like it, that's fine. But here's my first high play of the year, and I love this trend. I love this angle. But that's it for me today, my friends. Just 2 best bets. I normally give you guys 3, but we have a very short slate. Like I said, we have no NBA. I'm not betting on the MAC action out there in college football. And if you want college basketball, more plays, I will drop that inside the Discord group. We're currently transferring from our Telegram group to our Discord group. So if you're not seeing a whole lot of activity in there just now, it's because we're moving our members. We're migrating over, right? And I'm going to actually do something. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away $100 to 2 people. So $200 total dollars I'm going to give away. If you join the Discord group this week, so by the end of the week, whoever's inside the Discord group is going to be eligible for a raffle. That is the free Discord group and the premium Discord group. Either one, if you sign up for either one, you'll be eligible for a raffle for you to win $100. I'm going to give away $100 to 2 people. One person who's currently in the Telegram group and has been supporting, I got you, $100 for you. And $100 for another person who joins the Discord group, absolutely new. It doesn't matter if you're paying for the premium version or if you're joining the free version, doesn't matter. Just move over to the new Discord group where I'm going to be dropping all my college basketball plays there. We went 7-2 on the channel last night. If you don't believe me, look at that call out, look at that winner, look at that call out, look at that winner. So listen, I'm not lying to y'all, I'm not capping to y'all. Like, literally, I put these picks out for you guys to make money, right? And my goal is to help you make money, but I need some more information. I need some more data. By the time I put out these picks early in the morning, not all the information's all out there, not all the lines are out there. So I like to kind of get some more of that information before I drop that. So if you want some more college basketball plays for tonight or some other action that I'm going to be taking, make sure you click that link in the bio, join this free Discord group, and be eligible for our giveaway, but also continue to make some money with us. All right, my friends, we'll be back tomorrow celebrating a 2-0 night. Give me St. John's team total over 81.5 points, and give me the Flyers on the puck line as my 2 best bets of the day. And then all the other plays will be dropped inside the Discord group once we get a little bit more information a little bit later. All right, my friends, as always, dictate your fate, get to that money, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And let's cash in and let's have another great day. Later, guys.